Memorial Day Remembrance Celebration. It's a special time for many of us because of our families who have served in the military and those that we've lost, passed away serving our country, and those that have passed away for other reasons. We really have a wonderful celebration that the hospice puts on once a year. Homestead is happy to host it for the first time this year. And with that, I am going to turn things over to Kayla Turner, our Director of Hospice Services, to share.
Good morning. We want to thank everybody this morning for joining us. I wasn't sure what the weather would be like. I didn't know if it would be raining. We had planned on having a butterfly release for our remembrance of our loved ones, and unfortunately with the flooding in Oklahoma City, our butterflies did not make it to us this year. However, even though we're unable to release butterflies, we can still celebrate those close to our hearts. The butterfly has been a long-standing symbol for hospice. It represents the transformation of the spirit, the completion of the life cycle, and the freedom to take flight. I think one of the best symbols for hospice, other than the butterfly, is the candle. The one thing that stands out to me as a caregiver is the light in every person I've had the pleasure of taking care of. The first celebration of life for most of us is our first birthday. A cake topped with a candle for us to make a wish. Every year, more candles are added. The light of these candles represents the light of our lives. Each light speaks of the suns we have seen rise, the suns we've seen set, the stars we've wished upon, the tears that have fallen, the fights and forgiveness, the lessons learned, and the lessons taught. It doesn't take a birthday to celebrate life. We can light a candle in celebration of life, of lessons learned and love shared. For each person here, you've been on a journey of watching someone you love move towards and into their death. Perhaps at this time on this journey, the road seemed long and arduous, or at other times, perhaps the joy was so bright it lit up a room. Whatever the case may be, we're changed by these experiences and we continue to hold these people in our hearts. Today, we gather in community to remember and celebrate that life. We gather together as a community who is loved. Together, we took journeys that allowed some of the most beloved people in your lives to become beloved people in ours. As we gather together, we acknowledge that maybe with both a sense of relief and sorrow, that we will no longer light birthday candles for those who have died this year. But at the same time, we also gather together to light a candle in memories of our loved ones. I'm going to ask Barbara Fife, our hospice chaplain, to give the invocation for us this morning.
Please bow with me in prayer. God, our Creator, we give you thanks for those who have been our spouses, mothers, fathers, our sisters and brothers and grandparents, our family, friends, and companions for us. Help us inherit from them that which will make us more fully your people. Where they have offered us blessings of love, may we incorporate those gifts into our lives. Where they have hurt us or fallen short of our expectations, may we learn from them that we might not repeat their mistakes. May the honor we convey toward our loved ones who have gone before us reflect the honor that we feel towards you. God of compassion, you alone can show us true healing. We pray today for wholeness of body and soul. Our challenges and obstacles differ from person to person, but each of us is in need of your healing. We offer our burdens and our brokenness to you, knowing that you offer us abundant grace, free and unconditional. Let your love enter our hearts that we might be renewed, restored, re-energized for joyful service in your name. Amen.
Belief, an affirmation for those who have lost, by James E. Miller. I believe there is no denying it. It hurts to lose. It hurts to lose a cherished relationship with another, or a significant part of one's own self. It can hurt to lose that which has united one with the past, or that which has beckoned one into the future. It is painful to feel diminished or abandoned, to be left behind or left alone. Yet I believe there is more to losing than just the hurt and the pain. For there are other experiences that loss can call forth. I believe that courage often appears, however quietly it is expressed, however easily it goes unnoticed by others. The courage to be strong enough to surrender, the fortitude to become firm enough to be flexible. I believe a time of loss can be a time of learning unlike any other, and that it can teach some of life's most valuable lessons. In the act of losing, there is something to be found. In the act of letting go, there is something to be grasped. In the act of saying goodbye, there is a hello to be heard. For I believe living with loss is about beginnings as well as endings. And grieving is a matter of life more than death. And growing is a matter of mind and heart and soul more than of body. And loving is a matter of eternity more than of time. Finally, I believe in the promising paradoxes of loss. In the midst of darkness, there can come great light. At the bottom of despair, there can appear a great hope. And deep within loneliness, there can dwell a great love. I believe these things because others have shown the way. Others who have lost and have then grown through their losing. Others who have suffered and then found new meaning. So I know I am not alone. I am accompanied day after night, night after day.
Family, Our Homes by Randy Jordan. Our homes are miles away, a distance so far our feet can't walk, nor run to your door. The mountains are, there are enormous mountains and small foothills between our doors. The trees are vast, and the flowers too many to smell. The lakes, the rivers and lakes all in the way. Freeway and back roads are all leading miles apart from our yard. But our hearts are our real homes, and they are only a heartbeat away. There are no mountains, lakes, or trees between them. The roads only lead right to our souls. So no matter what the miles may be, you are always right here in my home.
Is a prayer by Carol Bayer Sager. I pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to the place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe. I pray we'll find your light and hold it in our hearts. When stars go out each night, remind us where you are. Let this be our prayer when shadows fill our day. Help us find a place, guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. A world where pain and sorrow will be ended, and every heart that's broken will be mended. And we'll remember we are all God's children, reaching out to touch you, reaching to the sky. We ask that life be kind and watch us from above. We hope each soul will find another soul to love. Let this be our prayer, just like every child. who needs to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe.
Light a candle, watch it glow, watch it dance when you feel low. Think of me, think of light. I'll always be here, day or night. The candle flickers out of sight, but in your heart it still burns bright. Wonderful.
Diana K. Thorne Lott, Lawrence Raymond Thorne, Helen Louise Thorne, Shirley Joe Rose Thorne, Fred Cushenberry, Goldie Rutlinger, Kay Tetreault, Gilbert Fisher, J.D. Kaiser, Johnny Sitting Down, John Bess Drake, Mary Drake, Lynn Bragg, Mary Bragg, Grace Myers, Louis Myers, Bob Renault, Maureen Renault, Robin King, Lloyd Ross, Virginia Ross, Bernie Beam, Catherine Glover, Betty Bailey, Ernest Markley, Jeannie Markley, Howard Markley, Kenneth Markley, Wilton Markley, Ernest Markley Jr., Max Markley, Francis Worth, Marilyn Ball, Donald Ball, June Hanneman, Elmer Hanneman, Lyle Washburn, Edith Rathgiver, Jim Chambers, Kenny Chambers, Margaret Merrill, Joyce Garrett Beeler, Carol Hickman Beeler, Libby Stites, Mary Schneider, Dale Harmon, Florence Harmon, Barbara Harmon, Laverne Wise, Daryl McMurphy, Cleta Ann McMurphy, Bob Reynolds, Mina Reynolds, Conrelia Johnson Reynolds, Patsy Wharton, Don Benson, Louine Maynard, Gerald Buddy, LaVonna Buddy, Ted Chagoda, John Meyer, Dan Chagoda, B.H. Graves, Clarence Gunder, Mary Ginder, Joanne Bushman, Jim Stewart, Edith Rieger, Billy Stewart.
friends, we remember them. Ready, sachet, clean. At the rising of the sun and its going down, we remember. At the rising of the sun and its going down, we remember them. At the blowing of the wind and its chill of the winter, we remember them. At the opening of the buds and the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the blueness of the sky and the warmness of summer, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have decisions that are difficult to make, we remember them. When we have achievements that are based on theirs, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us, as we remember them.
Okay, I don't know if I can make it through mine without crying. I'm just going to preface this with this. Because whenever I look out and see who's here today, I see so many faces of people who I've helped take care of. And it's super hard to be up here talking about your loved ones because they're our loved ones too. You know, when the butterflies didn't come, I scrambled and I wasn't sure what we were going to do, and I couldn't figure out what we should do. And in searching what other hospices have done, and I found the candlelight ceremony, and I thought, you know, that's so perfect, even though we don't have butterflies. Because I can't tell you how much light I have gotten from your loved ones. Because you all become part of our families too. And so, okay, I'm going to stop there. All right, I'm doing comfort. Comforting the comforters. You who give counsel to others must give counsel to yourself. You to whom may turn for wisdom must turn to yourself. You to whom others come for comfort must comfort yourself. The comforters and the consolers, the healers of others, need comfort and consolation and healing themselves. In sickness, in death, in tragedy, we are the same. Let not the last hours eclipse the entire life. Let not the pain and forgetfulness and the suffering negate the joy, the memory, and exaltation of life. Nothing decent, nothing noble, no gesture of love, no smile of encouragement is swallowed up by death. In memory there is resurrection of the life of the Spirit. Memory is our hold on the past, our solace in the present, and our hope for the future. Memory has a life of its own, an afterlife, a transfusion, a meeting from one life to others. You who have given heart and soul to others, you who have sheltered others from the wind and storms, guard yourselves from melancholy. You who give in wisdom to others, open yourself to your hard-earned knowledge. Know that the wound does not heal at once, but slowly forms protective layers. Know that you have known grief and pain, have also known deep friendships, relationships of respect and trust. You've taught others how to survive the affliction of sorrow. You have taught others how to transcend the tragic moment. The beloved who gave you life passed on to you a miraculous speak. May it illuminate your path and brighten your way.
In memoriam. Our loved ones are the saints among us, whose memories we share, whose absence we mourn, whose new life we celebrate. Young, old, just beginning life, and in the prime of life when they left us. They had spouses and children to love, boyfriends and grandchildren they adored. Dreams, hopes, plans, caught up in a greater plan, they rest now in the silent heart of God, and in a parting act of trust, Leave the ones they love to us. We remember, we mourn. We keep their love alive as we journey on our way.
I want to thank everybody for coming today. The weather has been insane lately, but thank you for making it for this for us. We do this as much for you all as we do for ourselves. Because literally, we spend enough time with you all that you all become our family. And whether we've taken care of you, or a family member, or somebody close to you, just know that they are always with us, just like they're always with you. Buddha once said that thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness is never decreased by being shared. So I'm asking you all today to go out and spread your light that you have. And thank you so much for coming.